Hi, so in this video I'm going to talk about why you would record audio with a VCR. Now I first heard about people doing this I think sometime back in the 90s, and I was always very curious and always very intrigued why people would use a VCR as an audio recorder. Well, I've done this myself. I've experimented with this in the past, and the results can be very, very interesting. So I thought I would share this with you in this video because some of you may be interested in trying this yourselves. So a big reason why people would use a VCR to record audio, well, first of all, it gives you a very distinct sound. It's a very analog sound. And right away, you're going to kind of have that retro quality to your recording. So if that's something that you think you would find interesting or something you would like to pursue, by all means, give it a try. You're going to really have that distinct analog retro 80s sound if you record audio with a VCR. Now, one of the biggest reasons why people used to record audio with a VCR was because of the speed setting. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Those of you who are old enough to remember the days of VCRs, I remember when I was a kid, I was a teenager when my family got our first VCR. And right away, one of the first things I learned was that you could adjust the speed. That is, the speed at which the tape ran when it was recording. And typically there were 3 settings on a VCR. And certainly on the first VCR my family ever owned, the 3 settings were SP, which would be standard play, LP, which would be long play, or EP, extended play, and sometimes EP would also be called SLP. But in general, you would have those 3 settings on most VCRs, SP, LP, and SLP, or EP. And basically, you could make one blank VHS tape last for 6 hours if you recorded at the slowest speed. And that's what most people did. I know I did that back in the day when I was just a poor teenager and I didn't have a lot of money and I would want to get the most economy out of my blank videotapes. I would record everything at the slowest possible speed so I could fit as much as I could onto one blank tape. And that's fine if all you're interested in is economy and trying to make a tape last as long as possible. But if you're interested in quality, that is, if you wanted to have the best possible copy of a movie, say, or some other footage on video, if you wanted the best possible quality, you would run it at the fastest speed. That would be SP. And again, that would usually give you about 2 hours on a blank VHS tape. Now, the thing about this is that when you recorded at SP at that fastest speed, the video quality would be better and the audio quality would be noticeably better. And people knew this from the very beginning of tape recording, even way back in the day, even before cassette recording, when people were using reel-to-reel, people learned very quickly that at the faster speed, you got much better sound fidelity and much more accurate reproduction, and the recordings would be much more clean and crisp when you ran at that faster tape speed. And that's a big reason why people would record audio with a VCR, because when they recorded at that fast tape speed, the sound quality would be very, very good. Now, keep in mind, especially in the day before digital came along, and I know I really didn't make the switch to digital recording until well into the 2000s. I think it might have been around 2002, 2003 when I finally switched to digital recording. But prior to that, most of what I did was on cassette. And really, we all know that cassette is only so good. I mean, cassette is okay for everyday recordings, but if you're a home studio enthusiast, if you're someone who writes and records your own songs and records stuff in your own home studio, you know cassette can only go so far in terms of sound quality. And I think that's why a lot of people really were attracted to recording audio with a VCR back in sort of the 90s, because they realized if I record at that fast speed, it's going to sound much, much better than a cassette. So really, those are the main reasons why people would record audio onto a VCR. Number one, it's very unique. It has that automatic sort of retro vintage sound. And number two, it just is better sound quality when you record at that faster speed. So if you are interested in doing this, I would say give it a try. If you stumble upon a used VCR at your local thrift shop and it seems to be in good running condition, by all means, give this a try. I think you might be pleasantly surprised by the results. Now, something else I will mention, and this is very, very important. There's no recording level meters on most VCRs, okay? So what I mean by that is when you input something into a VCR and you record it, there's no real way of telling what the audio level is at or what the recording level is at, because on most domestic level VCRs there were no audio level recording meters. I think there were on much higher end VCRs, on more professional grade VCRs, there were record level meters, but there wasn't on most standard VCRs. So basically, if you're going to give this a try, what I would say is whatever you're recording, I don't know whether it's a cassette or if you're a home musician and you want to record yourself playing in your studio and running it from your mixer into your VCR, do a couple of trial runs, do some trial recordings. Play around with the level on your mixer, that is the volume of whatever it is you're inputting into the VCR. Do some trial and error. If you listen back to your recording and the level is way, way, way too quiet, you're going to have to turn the level up. But if you listen to it and it sounds really loud and even distorted, the level is too high. You're going to have to turn it down. So really, if you don't have any sort of record level meters to see what how hot or how quiet the input signal is as you're recording, you're just going to have to do a lot of trial and error and figure that out on your own. Thank you for watching. Hope you can join us again next time. Please feel free to leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, and as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's always greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.